The man placed a backpack containing an automatic rifle at the security checkpoint. His partner immediately made a phone call to the security officer, distracting her attention. In just that brief moment of negligence, the backpack passed through without a problem. No one could have imagined that this would plunge 200 passengers on the plane into a terrifying crisis. After boarding, Tom reported the situation to the team leader. Then, he placed the backpack into the overhead compartment and waited for the operation to begin. However, before the hijackers could act, a little girl noticed something was wrong. She had just come out of the restroom looking for a tissue when she accidentally discovered something frightening on the floor. Unsettled, the girl walked back to her seat. Her anxious expression was noticed by her friend. She then opened her palm, and shockingly, a bullet was lying right there. This was an extremely dangerous signal. Where there's a bullet, there might also be a gun on board. They immediately called over their teacher and told her what had happened. This kind of situation had to be reported to the airport right away, without alerting other passengers or causing panic. The teacher stood up and approached a flight attendant. At first, it seemed he was going to show her the bullet, but strangely, he only asked for a drink and then proceeded straight to first class. He handed the bullet to a man seated there and reported the situation. To everyone's surprise, the teacher turned out to be one of the hijackers. After informing Alan agreed to initiate the operation ahead of schedule. He handed him a green hat. This hat was the signal for action. Once the other hijackers saw the green hat, they would know the operation would begin in 5 minutes. After receiving the signal, one of the accomplices immediately stood up, opened the backpack, and pulled out the weapons inside. Exactly 5 minutes later, all the hijackers drew their guns at the same time. In an instant, they took control of 3 sections of the cabin. A flight attendant tried to run to the cockpit, but Alan stopped her right away. These hijackers were extremely professional. They ordered all passengers to remain silent. They collected everyone's phones and communication devices. Even gaming consoles had to be surrendered, although they had successfully taken control of the passengers. Fortunately, the cockpit door could only be opened from the inside. No matter what, the hijackers couldn't get in. However, when one of them approached the cockpit door with a gun, the captain became agitated and seemed ready to open the door himself. It turned out the hijackers had done their homework. The flight attendant Annie was the captain's wife. By threatening her, the captain would have no choice but to open the cockpit. But what they hadn't counted on was that this plane also had a top-tier negotiation expert on board. While everyone else was frozen in fear, Jack suddenly stood up.